Hello people, welcome to watch the third Moodle video tutorial. Module 1, What's a quiz in Moodle? First, let's turn editing on. Here we have two examples. Let's take a look on the first one. You will notice every quiz activity will have an instruction paragraph as the quiz activity's description. Because after a student finishing a quiz, the following steps can be kind of confusing. Embedding a button here will convenient the navigation for students, and we will talk about how to do that later. Let's click on Preview Quiz Now button to take a look on the quiz content. Each gray column you see is considered as a question. And according to the quiz navigation block on the right side, this quiz has 4 questions. Oh, why there are 2 questions named as I in the block? They are description question type, same as the text question type in Qualtrics. Description question type is utilized to demonstrate plain text, picture, video, or scenario story. Here, we could see the scenario first story is demonstrated by a description question type, and it's labeled as information. That explains why in quiz navigation block, it's called I. After the scenario story, we have our first question, an essay question. Above the text block is the questions students need to answer. Also, for essay questions, you are able to set the answer template for students to follow. Now, back to the quiz navigation block. You can click on the question card to move to different questions. You may notice that no matter you click on I or one question, they are always open together and demonstrated on the same page. Why? It's because we set the 2 questions to be shown on one page. Now, let's pretend to be a student. Answer the question based on the template. Once I finish, click on Next Page button at the bottom of the page to access next question. Click on Finish Attempt button once we finish. Click on Submit All and Finish to submit our quiz. A confirmation window will pop up. Click on Submit All and Finish button. Essay questions are different than multiple choice questions. We don't have specific feedback based on students' answer in essay questions. What we have, and now you can see, is a general feedback. So I would also suggest you, as an instructor, if you have a strict correct answer for the question, then try to convert to a multiple choice question type. If it's a scenario-based question and you don't limit the correct answer for it, just use general feedback to demonstrate some tips and suggested answer for the question. Once the students finish reviewing their answers and the correct answer, they need to click on Finish Review link to go back to the very first beginning of the quiz activity. Here, students have 3 ways to go back to the module they were working on. First, navigation bar on the left. Second, the breadcrumb on the top. Third, the button we embedded. Now, let's check the second quiz we have. Since I have attempted the quiz before and haven't finished, let's click on Continue the last preview button. This question is a multiple choice question, and it has multiple correct answers. How can we tell it allows multiple correct answers? And what's the difference between questions which allow one option only and multiple options allowed? Instead of the checkbox in front of each option, there will be redo buttons, and students are only allowed to select one redo button for the question. Multiple options allowed question type. First, checkboxes replace the redo buttons. Second, there will be a select one or more sentence above the options. As the question asks, what are the 4 questions, blah blah blah. We need to select 4 options. Why there is a check button at the bottom? What is it for? Why essay questions doesn't have this button at the bottom? Essay question is for question which we don't have a limited strict correct answer or answers. So we can only use general feedback to tape or suggest the students. But multiple choice question is for questions which we have a limited strict correct answer or answers. That means we are able to provide specific feedback based on the student's options. That's why students can check whether their options are correct after they finish answering a multiple choice question. So let's click on check button and see what it can do for us. First, we will see what options we selected. Second, whether the option is one of the correct answer by the green tick and red cross. Third, the specific feedback for each option. You may notice that no matter it's a correct option you selected or an incorrect option you selected, the specific feedback both demonstrate what the correct answer is. It's a way to emphasize the correct answer on students' memory. If you have more explicit specific feedback for incorrect options, that would be great. Once the student finishes reviewing the feedback, click on Next page to attempt the next question. In quiz navigation block, you may notice that the question card is assigned with color. It's also because of the check button. Students are able to review whether their answers are correct before submitting the quiz. So the partially correct question is marked as orange, correct one marked as green, the incorrect one will be marked as red.